Welcome back, Holy Creatives. My name's Natalie, and I'm an artist and graphic designer, combining those two worlds and bringing you along for the journey. So in today's video, I want to show you a painting I did. If you watched my previous video about the pop-up that I had a little while ago, then you would have seen me flipping through some of my artwork and seeing this painting that I'm working on. So I highly recommend you guys go check out that pop-up video. I actually share my thoughts about the pros and cons if you're kind of interested in getting started yourself doing markets and stuff like that. But in this video, I'm working on a flower painting, and originally this canvas panel is what you see here, had a different painting underneath it, but I wasn't a big fan of how it turned out, so I just painted right over it, and I decided to create a new painting. So you can kind of see here my pretty palette. It's actually, I really loved it. So pastel, it's so fresh, it's so clean. And then here are the paintings that I was using to get started. This is the Meeden brand of paints. This is their acrylic line. And I just decided to use a kind of a set of colors. So we have purple pinks. I wanted these kind of pretty light blue, pastel blues, and I do a lot of mixing for that. And then greens, bringing in a lot of light and color and brightness to the earthy tone of it as well. And then the background, I want it to be very contrasted, and we have really dark like Prussian blue, phthalo blue, and a little bit of Mars black. And then later I add in some other colors just to make it a little bit more rich. But you can see me here working on this, and I started off with the flower heads, the petals themselves first, trying to make sure I got the right colors and position for them. And then you see here that I am adding in the stems, and I wanted it to be very kind of whimsical and organic, so that's why it's a lot more intertwined with each other, which I really enjoyed. And you can see later on that I actually planned out these paintings. I took some reference images and or found some reference images, and then I also looked at kind of the styles of other artists that I've been interested in and seeing how I can combine them all together to ultimately kind of make my own version. And I am just very happy with it turned out. Like I said, this was I had kind of repainted over this, so there's some parts that have more texture than others, but I still enjoyed it. But in here I am working on the stems, the kind of viney like structure to them, and just enjoyed working on them. You'll later see kind of how I build up the process, but I like the acrylic paint from Meeden. It definitely leaves a shiny finish to it, and you'll see that later on. So it depends if you like that or not, then maybe I suggest using a different material. If you want more matte, maybe gouache paint or oils if you like that as well. Oil you can build up quite a bit, but I was just loving how this was turning out, and I'll let you kind of just enjoy watching it for a little bit, and I'll be back sharing some more thoughts. Okay, so you can see here where I am just adding in finishing touches to some of the petals, a lot of the smaller buds as well. And we've added some of the main colors, and then later we'll add in the depth highlights as well. But I actually really love these choices of colors. It's just so beautiful. It makes you think of springtime. And later on, you'll see kind of me add in the background. With the background, it is very dark, contrasted. I like that. Oftentimes, I like to almost like isolate the subject. So I want the focus to be on this set of almost like free floating flowers and vines, stems, and then add in a really contrasted background. I really like the look of that. But you can just see here this palette and how much there was a lot of mixing going on, but I really enjoyed it. And like I said, these are Meeden, and we're just adding in some more highlights. There are some colors that I included that I don't think are often seen or often maybe used. I added some fluorescent colors in there. What's really cool about this set is that it has quite a lot of paints actually, and they include metallics, fluorescents as well, which I actually enjoy. I've been really into experimenting with adding fluorescent colors to a painting, whether that's maybe the underpainting, kind of how you've seen with the flower and the rose collection that I did in a previous video, and then some other ones that I've done. But sometimes it adds a very beautiful, almost like glow, or it brings light into it. So I've been just kind of working on that and experimenting and playing around with it. So I just wanted to share those thoughts with you guys, and I hope you're enjoying it. Alrighty, so you can see me here mixing in this background colors. So we have quite a bit of like phthalo blue, we have indigo, we have a little bit more as black, in order to make kind of this really rich dark background color. I think later I add a little bit more of a dark purple to the mix as well, and it just is so rich, it's so dark, and it really just makes the flowers, the stems, the vines pop out. And you can see here my brush strokes are very like loose, we're just trying to cover a majority of all of that. And at the end you see how the painting itself has some like splotches, like almost as if unfinished, but I actually like the texture and the feel of that. Makes it feel like, it's actually somebody making it and somebody hand painting it. So I enjoy that. And we're just filling in that background, and I kind of just use a method where I have the main painting and I kind of go over it, almost like if it could be an outline to the painting itself, but it just adds a huge pop and contrast to the painting itself. And then later on you see two more paintings that I kind of just show pictures of, but kind of same style, where it's the, oh yes, violet, that's what it was. You see kind of the same idea, a flower in a quite contrasted background. And with that later one that you'll see, it's a little bit more of a gradient to it, but again, it's very similar, and I just enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys are liking getting to see behind the process of creating a little bit larger paintings. This is a 16 by 20 painting, and I don't currently have a standing easel, so you kind of see me throughout kind of almost like tilting it a little bit. I have a small table easel, but you kind of just work with what you got. And that's okay. When you're starting out, just start with what you have, and then you get to grow and add more materials, but again, not always necessary. So just always a good reminder for you to remember that it's not necessarily just always the materials, but also like working with what you've got, because it's possible. And here is the final piece. You can see here the depth of that blue indigo popping out against the flowers. And again, you can see it's a little shiny, but that's what the acrylic paints look like. And so I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. You'll see a few other images of paintings that I worked on, and I'll see you in the next one.